Paris Saint-Germain 3, Strasbourg 3. As you can see, it was a game to witness. This was a really good game. The first half was pretty much the better half. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And the funny thing is, I ended up missing that half, which sucks. It just sucks that I ended up missing that half. PSG dominated possession this game, but I definitely think that Strasbourg was the more clinical team. If we're gonna be honest about this game, PSG didn't even have out their strong lineup, their strongest lineup. They had out their B side team with a sprinkle of starters in the mix, and they got peppered. They got peppered by Strasbourg in the first half, and they transferred over to the second half for at least the first 10 minutes of the second half, and then they slowly but surely grew more into the game in the second half. That penalty with Gonzalo Ramos, you know, which was a ball clipped over the top for Desiree Doué. Desiree Doué made his way around Penders. Penders ended up fouling Desiree Doué, went down in the box, got a yellow card for it, gave them a penalty, and that's what really started the momentum. Really headed back in Paris Saint Germain's favor after that. You know, I was not really happy with how much Salzburg controlled the game. We could have done much better. But in terms of our clinicality, I was pretty happy with the team's clinicality. And one thing I do like about the Strasbourg side is they're very direct. As soon as they get the ball, they know what they're gonna do. They're gonna go head down, either head down the channels, or they're gonna try to slice PSG's defense open, and they're really good at slicing defenses open. I would low-key want to see Strasbourg play Chelsea in a friendly. That would be very interesting to see. You know, there's a lot of uh you know talents at Strasbourg that are, you could say, are promising for the future. Julio and Ciso, promising for the future. Barco, promising for the future. Panicelli had a pretty good game today as well. Moreira had a nice finish for the second goal. That second goal was amazing for Moreira, especially how he got the ball back for himself. The ball gets clipped over the top from, if I'm not mistaken, Doué or Barco. I can't remember who it was, but it lands. He lands it with a volley, and he just guides it into that bottom left corner. So when it comes down to the finishing, I'm happy. When it comes down to the directness of the Strasbourg team, I'm happy. It's just one thing that has to come. This team has to learn is the balance. Strasbourg has to learn how to balance their game. They don't always need to just go for direct attacks. There's some times where you could just let the pressure that you're putting on PSG with a lead like 3-1 at the Parc des Princes. You could just let that pressure build. You could keep possession and force PSG to make difficult decisions that could leave them very vulnerable. And what you can do is take advantage of that vulnerability. When they start to show and make obvious mistakes, that's where you flip the switch and you go back into that direct mode and you punish them quickly and efficiently. Because when this Strasbourg team is on it, they are very quick with their decision making, very efficient, and they play with a lot of passion, man. And if we're gonna be honest, Strasbourg wasn't even playing their strongest lineup today. Kennedy Paez, in my opinion, one of the strongest attackers, was on the bench for pretty much the whole game. Mamadou Sarr was injured. I think that's one of the stronger defenders. And Emmanuel Omega, their starting striker, he was injured as well. So both teams didn't have the strongest lineup. Of course, Strasbourg had their stronger lineup out. You know, you know, the majority of their stronger lineup out, and they were able to do PSG some considerable damage. But you saw the difference in terms of composure and experience with PSG. This PSG side still has a lot of confidence, even though they're down 3-1. They don't let it phase them. Mayulu, man. Mayulu, what a player is Mayulu. What a player is Seni Mayulu. This guy, like, after Nuno Mendes, he's another great attacking left back that you just have to watch out for, man. This is a left back that can finish like a 9, that can strike the ball like a 9, that can create like a 10. I don't know how PSG's scouting is so good when it comes to their fullbacks, but let's be honest, their secret weapons in this whole system has to be the fullbacks. I don't see in any other system in the world, bar Chelsea, where fullbacks are so dynamic and so fluent in attacking play. He's fluent. First strike, too hard for Penders to even push in a direction. Better yet, save it. He can't even save it, and the ball ends up deflecting right back to Mayulu, and Mayulu's composed enough to just flick it over Penders and into the goal with using his head. These type of finishing, you don't teach that type of finishing. You just have it in your arsenal because it's instinctual. That was an instinctual finish, and if we're being honest, they didn't even have the majority of their starters in. I think this game would have easily gone to PSG if Marquinhos, Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, and Ousmane Dembele was in the game. Vitinha wasn't even playing; he was rested. Achraf Hakimi wasn't even playing; he was rested. This is a super team right here, and the fact that Strasbourg can even, almost have won that game shows that yeah, Salzburg's on the right path. They're on the right path, and if they're gonna want, and if they're gonna be able to, um, steal a Ligue 1 championship from Paris, it's gonna take everyone in that establishment at the Racing Club Strasbourg putting their best foot forward. I was pretty proud with the result today. Could have stole the game, but it is what it is. You know, there's no one's perfect. The young players are gonna make mistakes. Barco's another player that I'm really enjoy watching play. I enjoy watching Barco play. I have a lot of respect for his game. I would have loved to seen Kennedy Paez get some minutes today because I'm a real big fan of Kennedy Paez. If you don't know, I probably would have gotten his shirt if it was easier to attain. I want to see how Kennedy's gonna play when he comes to the club, and I think today was a good game to really gauge how he plays against bigger teams. But it's fine. He didn't get that chance to play against PSG. He will get multiple chances in going in the future. There's probably going to be the Cup of France or whatever you call that French Cup. And I don't know. I don't think Strasbourg has played PSG at home yet. So in that home match, which is gonna happen on February the 1st, I'm looking at Strasbourg and I'm just hoping that they get a good win in. I'm hoping that they get a good win in. We know how difficult it can be to beat this team. Just because Chelsea made it look easy does not mean every team can make it look easy. But when I'm looking at the table now, and I'm gonna bring it up so you guys can see the table. As you can see right here, when we look at the table, they are 1 point behind. Oh, my apologies. They're 1 point behind PSG. 1 point behind. They could have went up top, but it is what it is. The next game is going to be against Lyon. That's not going to be an easy game either. And Strasbourg, they're making good ground. If they keep this up, they can end up in the Champions League. So I'm definitely looking at this, and I'm happy with what I'm seeing from Strasbourg so far. 5 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, compared to Paris Saint-Germain's 2 draws, 1 loss, and 5 wins. Both teams are on 5 wins. Same with Marseille, same with Lyon. This looks like it could be a very interesting, and Monaco and Lens are not too far behind. This looks like it could be a very interesting title race this season. Most people expect PSG to just run away with it, but I wouldn't say that just yet. You want to have some respect for some of these French teams, even though PSG has on paper literally the one of the best teams in the world, if not the best teams in the world at the moment. Guys, like the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know where you see Strasbourg, Marseille, PSG, Lyon, Monaco, Lens, Lille finishing. Let me know. See you guys in the next one. It's your boy Jacob Jordan.